The air hung heavy in Jacob's tent. He had lived a long life. It was a life filled with journeys and trials. Now the time had come for him to speak his final words. He called for his sons to gather around him. One by one they came, Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and all the others, 12 sons representing the future of a people yet to be fully formed. Jacob, with the wisdom of age etched on his face, leaned upon his staff. His eyes, though dimmed, still held a spark. It was the spark of a father's love. It was the fire of prophecy. He looked upon his sons. They were his legacy. They were the continuation of a covenant made with Abraham, their grandfather. The covenant promised a great nation, a blessing to all families of the earth. The silence in the tent was palpable. It was the silence of anticipation. It was the silence of respect for a father who was about to bestow his final blessings. Each son knew that these were no ordinary words. These were pronouncements. These were glimpses into the destiny of their tribes. Jacob cleared his throat. He began to speak. His voice, though weak, carried the weight of generations. "Gather around," he whispered, "and listen to the words of your father. If you enjoyed this story, please like, comment, and subscribe. Help us spread these timeless stories to more people." In the ancient world, a father's blessing was a powerful thing. It carried spiritual weight. It was a declaration of favor. It was a roadmap for the future. Jacob's blessings were even more significant. They were prophetic. His words painted a picture of what would become of each of the 12 tribes of Israel. Some blessings were filled with promise and hope. They spoke of fertile lands and abundant prosperity. Others, however, carried warnings. They spoke of strife and hardship. Each blessing, though, was tailored to the character of the son who received it. Jacob, after all, knew his sons. He knew their strengths. He knew their weaknesses. The sons listened intently. They knew that their father's words would shape their destinies. These words would echo through generations. They would determine the fate of their descendants. Jacob's words were not just for his sons. They were for us, too. They offer a glimpse into the complexities of human nature. They remind us that even within a family, there can be great diversity. There can be blessings and curses. There can be success and failure. Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, he was a man who should have inherited the most significant blessings. But Reuben had faltered. He had made grave mistakes. Jacob, with a heavy heart, addressed his eldest. "Reuben, you are my firstborn, my might, the first sign of my strength, excelling in honor, excelling in power." The words held a hint of what could have been. Reuben, however, had slept with Bilhah, one of Jacob's wives. It was a transgression that Jacob could not forgive. It was a betrayal that cost Reuben his birthright. "Unstable as water, you will no longer excel," Jacob continued, his voice filled with sorrow, "because you went up to your father's bed onto my couch and defiled it." These words were not a curse, but a consequence. Reuben, due to his impulsiveness, would not rise to the position he could have held. The story of Reuben is a reminder that even those closest to us can disappoint. It is a reminder that our choices have consequences. It is a story that speaks to the human capacity for both greatness and frailty. Section 4. Judah, the kingly lineage. Next, Jacob turned to Judah. Judah, whose name meant praise, would become the father of a line of kings. Jacob declared, "Judah, your brothers will praise you. Your hand will be on the neck of your enemies. Your father's sons will bow down to you." These words were filled with power and majesty. They spoke of Judah's future dominance. They foretold the rise of a kingly tribe. From Judah would come David, the greatest king of Israel. From Judah would come the Messiah, the one promised to redeem his people. Jacob continued, using the imagery of a lion to describe Judah's strength. "You are a lion's cub, Judah. From the prey, my son, you have gone up." He crouches down and lies down like a lion, like a lioness who dares to rouse him. Judah's blessing is a stark contrast to Reuben's. It speaks of leadership, strength, and the fulfillment of promises. It is a reminder that God can bring forth greatness from unexpected places. It foreshadows the enduring legacy of the tribe of Judah. Section 5. Blessings and Burdens, Simeon and Levi. Jacob's pronouncements continued, each son receiving his due. Simeon and Levi, however, received a mixed blessing. They were to be scattered among the tribes of Israel. This was a consequence of their violence against the men of Shechem. Jacob condemned their anger and cruelty. "Cursed be their anger, so fierce," Jacob proclaimed, his voice trembling with indignation, "and their fury, so cruel. I will scatter them in Jacob and disperse them in Israel." Their blessing was a double-edged sword. While they would be dispersed, they would also be intertwined with the other tribes. This scattering, though a punishment, would also ensure their survival. The story of Simeon and Levi reminds us that actions have consequences. It highlights the complex relationship between justice and mercy. It shows that even in judgment, there can be an element of preservation. Section 6. A Tapestry of Destinies. And so it went, Jacob weaving a tapestry of destinies with his words. Issachar, strong and hard-working, was compared to a donkey. Zebulun would dwell by the sea, a people of trade. Gad would be a warrior tribe, fierce in battle. Asher would enjoy abundant provisions, his bread rich and oily. Naphtali, swift and graceful, was compared to a doe. Joseph, Jacob's favored son, received a double portion of his father's blessing. Benjamin, the youngest, was described as a ravenous wolf. Each blessing, unique and specific, pointed to the future of the 12 tribes. These prophecies would shape the identity of the Israelites for centuries to come. They would serve as a reminder of their heritage, their strengths, and their weaknesses. The story of Jacob's final blessings is a powerful testament to the enduring power of family. It is a story about legacy, destiny, and the enduring love of a father for his sons. It is a story that continues to resonate with us today, reminding us that we are all part of a larger narrative. It is a narrative that began with a promise and continues to unfold in our own lives. If you enjoyed this journey through Jacob's final blessings, please like, comment, and subscribe to help spread these timeless stories.